banks of the Brisbane River, 3 local heroes are nervously waiting to pitch to a room packed with potential donors. But this is no ordinary fundraiser.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still around the bar there, come on in. We'll be starting in just a minute's time.
Tonight's event is hosted by a prominent law firm. It's big business giving back to grassroots organisations. Employers will be matching pledges from their employees.
Well, I think organisations who are willing to match employees' donations are really sending a signal that we'll back you in your thoughts about what you think is important in society.
MC is ABC radio host James Valentine.
I think we're a little tired of come to the dinner and don't forget the silent auction, you know, that kind of fundraising. What I like about this is it's not a gimmick. It's very direct appeal. It's a very direct statement about what people are doing and what they need, and these are people who've got money.
These 3 women are stepping up to capitalise on this opportunity. Melissa Redzel was pregnant at 16 and now mentors teenage mothers through their education.
I think if we kind of all pitch together and we work together, that we really can make a difference in the lives of people within our own community.
Debbie Miller helps teachers connect with the children in their care.
I am feeling nervous tonight, so I hope that I can channel that nervousness and a little bit of anxiety into really delivering my message.
Zoe Black matches humans with animals to help them overcome social isolation and learn from each other.
I hope that tonight we do get that sense of community behind some of these issues, that people really understand that as a community we've got to start thinking about our problems.
The Funding Network is a charity. It targets small organisations like these that often miss out on funding. Money donated here can go a long way.
A very good evening to all. What an excellent crowd. Fantastic, yes. Woo! Well, I mean, I don't know if you're an excellent crowd yet. You look like it, okay? From as far as I can tell.
The Brisbane RSPCA is the largest animal shelter in the Southern Hemisphere. Happy Paws, Happy Hearts runs a unique training program here. Okay, so Zoe, this is just one of the many areas where the dogs are kept.
Right, there's lots of different kennels throughout the entire property. Some dogs don't cope very well in the adoption.
3 years ago, Zoe saw an opportunity to help humans and animals by matching rescue dogs with war veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
Their bond with the dogs is a little bit like, I've been through hell, you've been through hell, and today we need to work on these things together and make these achievements together.
Zoe found the inspiration for Happy Paws, Happy Hearts at a low point in her own life. Her former partner was a war veteran with PTSD. As his mental health deteriorated, they both became socially isolated. Caring for animals helped Zoe to heal.
When I was, rebuilding myself, I actually spent time volunteering at the RSPCA, and it was so important for me. It helped me kind of feel like myself again, and it was through that experience I started to really get my own confidence back and get back into my normal life. I remember sitting on concrete pens with puppies and just feeling warmth and feeling no judgment, and just feeling that love, I suppose.
So if the door's in my right hand, obviously my treats are in my left, and so I can just open the door.
A quarter of Australian Defence Force veterans struggle with PTSD. They often withdraw from their families and the community. They are also more prone to substance abuse, depression and anxiety.
Lots of treats, so me leaving becomes a good
Justin
thing.
Palazzo Orr is Happy Paws, Happy Hearts head animal trainer.
All right, who wants to go first? Awesome.
These veterans are used to drills and repetition. This is useful when training traumatised dogs that need extra attention.
So we're just going to yes treat, yes treat, yes treat, yes treat.
This one-on-one training improves the dog's behaviour and their chances of finding a new home.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. So now you can just wait for him to look at you, wait for a bit of eye contact.
Yes.
Nice one. Any questions?
Matt served 5.5 years in the army, including a 6-month tour of Afghanistan. Completing the Happy Paws, Happy Hearts 10-week program has helped restore his confidence.
Because of the way the program's structured, they know that we're all veterans, they know I have PTSD, and within the first day we were working with the dogs, so yeah, it's pretty cool. With my, current state, I don't enjoy people too much. Animals, on the other hand, I love them. Everything I do does improve. So coming out, interacting with all the other people in the class, and helping the animals.
Zoe needs funds to take this to the next level. She wants the veterans to train the dogs to become support animals.
Because I think the first thing that happens in a pitch should do that to the audience. Something that's going to grab their attention.
Asking for money is hard, so these 3 not-for-profits are getting professional help. Former advertising executive Rob Irving encourages them to workshop their message.
What I'm going to say will be something they can connect with and that they feel that it's going to make a difference to somebody. Yeah.
Beautiful. It's not about them, the presenters. It's actually all about the audience who are there to be generous, to give, to align with amazing causes.
Founded in Australia in 2013, the funding network has helped raise over $8.5 million for more than 200 organisations. It's a unique opportunity, and Rob is there to help these teams make the most of it.
And what sort of people do you think you'll be presenting to? Corporate. Corp. High net worth individuals usually give to causes that are close to their hearts. Even though they've come up through the corporate ranks and they're successful, they're all human, okay, but they want evidence as well.
As a teen mum, Melissa Redzel has the evidence and the personal experience.
The social impact for teen mums are they drop out of school, they have no to low qualifications, they're unemployed, live or low paid, live in poor housing conditions, suffer from depression and live on welfare. What about being pregnant? What do you think some of the challenges are coming to school while you're
morning
pregnant?
sickness, like really bad morning sickness. And having to run in and out of classes, throwing up, and yeah, it's not fun.
Once a week, Melissa visits Deception Bay High School, north of Brisbane, to talk to these students about sexual health, nutrition, healthy relationships and budgeting. All the girls in this class are pregnant or have children.
Because you're not a regular teenager, if we want to put it that way, and the challenges that you guys overcome to get here every day is incredible.
Melissa knows exactly what these students are going through. When she got pregnant, she was able to finish high school, then went on to university with a 1-year-old and became a midwife.
I remember not feeling well and going along to the doctors, and the doctor said, let's do a pregnancy test, and I was like, okay. I was 16 at the time, so it was all a bit nerve-wracking, and I walked back in the room and he said to me, congratulations, you're going to be a mother. And I just remember walking out in tears, just being totally overwhelmed, not knowing what to do, not knowing what the future was going to look like. There was a bit of a roundabout kerfuffle, so...
I came back to school because I didn't want to stop school. I love school. School's always been my passion. This was a bit of a hiccup. Having a baby wasn't a mistake. I don't regret it. It was just a bit of a hiccup.
When you have actually been a teen mum, you know what it's like to be tired, you know what it's like to feel like people are judging you. If we can just really encourage them, like I say to these girls, I'm your biggest cheerleader.
Hope had her child when she was 16. Now 17 and in her final year of school, her daughter is cared for in the school creche while she studies.
I came to school and the following week Mel came and then she introduced herself and she said, I was also a young mum, so I know exactly what you're going through. And she handed me a baby bundle and I cannot express how much I was so thankful for that. It had everything in it that you could possibly want when you're a mum.
Mel gives these baby bundles to teen mums across Brisbane. They're filled with nappies, wipes, clothes and other supplies.
I guess my background being a midwife, I kind of see what mums need for their newborns, and so we really just wanted to put together a bag full of brand new essential products.
The inspiration for the baby bundle was an anonymous gift Melissa was given when she was pregnant with daughter Brianna 23 years ago.
And do you think of your mum when she was pregnant with you kind of getting a similar pack?
Definitely, it would have been so important to her. And I mean, Mum was definitely worth the products that she was given, and so was I.
Melissa has big hopes for the live crowdfunding event. She wants to reach more teenage mothers, continue mentoring them after high school, and expand her program across Brisbane.
The money for the baby bundles in that 15.
Different to what other
Zoe, supported by husband and co-founder Graham, puts heart and hard data into her pitch.
Through working with rescue animals, there is an immediate bond that is very hard to scientifically put together. We're working very hard on doing that.
I don't think you need evidence, research or anything for this, because I think there's an understanding in the audience and a knowing in the audience around this stuff. I think it's common ground now. And even lawyers won't need convincing with data.
Debbie Miller specialises in early childhood education.
So this is a story about a young boy called Jaden, and Jaden was in the corner of the room. He was 3 and he had his backpack on and he would not take it off, and he was extremely distressed, and the educators were at a loss as to what to do. Jaden and his sisters had been left by their parents, and he was now in the care of his grandparents. He had his backpack on so that when Granddad came, he was ready to go. He would never be left again. He's sitting there in an alarmed state. He needed that backpack. That's what kept him grounded. I'm safe. We worked through some different experiences that they could do to calm that lower part of his brain. Soothing, calming, repetitive patterned experiences with him. He not only was able to take his backpack off, but he became part of that group then.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing story. You obviously are moved by that story. And you moved us.
She's come to find out about it because she thought it sounded interesting. Put your hand up like this, like our brain. If he's feeling really, really lonely and worried, do you think his brain's like this, or he might have flipped his lid? So what could he do before he goes and finds someone else to play with? What does he need to do? Breathing. That's a good idea.
As Director of Education with Pathways to Resilience, Debbie designs programs for teachers to help them forge better connections with students and improve their well-being.
And I really wanted these people to understand that they could be such an important adult in a child's life, and that they were able to use strategies and skills and ways of just being with children rather than thinking about what am I going to do with children. So how will I be with them? How am I going to communicate with them?
Debbie works predominantly with children from low socio-economic backgrounds. Today, she's at Leichhardt State School near Ipswich.
We can work in schools where there are 86% of the children have experienced trauma and they need extra support, but that also means that those teachers need a lot of support.
These 5-year-olds use sound and rhythm to calm themselves.
Round and round. We can look at a child in terms of, are you actually struggling today? And I will help you to feel more regulated. Whose brain feels nice and calm after doing that?
There's been an interesting side effect. Teachers' well-being has also improved.
When you feel angry, it's good to do breathing, isn't it? That's the best
Principal
time.
Michelle Hamlin introduced this program to her school 18 months ago.
Michelle, why did you choose to have a program like this in your school?
You know, my theory is that students need to feel calm, they need to feel like they belong in a space, and that takes quite a mindset for some educators. And you notice that all those little things that you watch Debbie do, if you change your practice, it makes a big difference in the classroom.
Debbie plans to expand the program throughout Indigenous communities in Queensland.
We've got to be outlooking now, and it certainly would seem that the corporate world and big business is a part of the equation.
Hopefully by the time you leave today, you're going to look forward to that ask, because that ask is 1 minute of glory. the 6th minute is the ask, which needs to be practiced. The money...
The money minute is always going to be the hardest for me.
Research shows that corporations can also benefit from philanthropy if they support causes employees and shareholders identify with.
Well, I guess our why is we really are there to equip, empower and encourage teenage mothers to complete their high school education, pursue their dreams, live life brave. So that's our why.
And you know it. You know it. The other thing is, I'm not sure the audience would leave and know what live life brave is. We've got to honour those words.
Okay.
They are hero words and they're great words. Mm-hmm. Slow them down.
It's the big night, the presenters are ready, and Zoe has brought her secret weapon, puppies. Will this largely corporate audience be as generous as the presenters are hoping?
A lot of corporations have been under the spotlight recently for their dodgy behaviour. Are events like these, in a way, a kind of public way of saying we're going to balance out that behaviour?
By and large, most of these large corporations realise this will be part of what will keep good employees there. They're doing it because often it comes from employees going, we want to do something. I don't think it really does anything to whitewash their reputation, and I think they'll continue to be dodgy. But, you know, it's like Bob Geldof said about Live Aid. I don't care why they're giving as long as they're giving.
So let's meet our first organisation tonight, A Brave Life. Its CEO and founder, Melissa Redsall and Tamika Partlet.
Each presenter brings someone who has benefited from their service.
Imagine this. You're 16 years old, not feeling well and unsure why. So you head to the GP alone and the GP says, congratulations, you're going to be a mother. You then go on to hear that you've ruined your life, you'll never amount to anything, and your life is now over. This was my story. Not wanting to let these words define my future, I graduated from high school, 7 months pregnant, and went to university with a 1-year-old in tow. My daughter Brianna is here tonight. Tonight you are going to hear about a brave life and how a brave life is able to equip, empower and encourage teenage mothers to complete their high school education, pursue their dreams and to live life brave. Thank you.
Bravo! Our second organisation tonight is Pathways to Resilience. Please welcome Director of Education and Learning, Debbie Miller.
I began with Pathways in 2011, and in that year, the youngest child to take their life in Australia was 9 years old, and that child was here in Queensland. If we give up on children, they give up on themselves. Then families lose hope and the children lose hope and communities begin to struggle. So tonight, you have the chance to change the life of a child.
Our third organisation this evening is Happy Paws, Happy Hearts. So please welcome CEO Zoe Black. Happy Paws, Happy Hearts.
Zoe has brought veteran Tom Kunst with her.
Alone, aimless, searching. Tonight we have some big problems to discuss. 2 large problems, in fact. Those words you just heard me say could easily describe the state of many people in our community who feel socially isolated. Equally, they could describe an animal waiting in a shelter after a rough start in life. At Happy Paws, Happy Hearts, we restore purpose. I hope tonight you've had a chance to get that warm feeling which comes from interacting with beautiful puppies. However, I had to reinforce that we are much more than puppy cuddles. In fact, we've flipped the animal therapy world around and instead take the people to the animals. Thank you.
With the pitching over, who in this crowd has been moved enough to dig deep and give?
At this point, you can go now. You can go have a drink. You can go, oh my Lord, it's over, thank goodness. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as they go. Fantastic presentation all around.
So how did you all actually feel about your pictures? Did you feel like they went exactly how you wanted?
They went quick.
Did it?
I was like, when they dinged the bell and Tamika was about to speak, I was like, oh, we've got... I'm like, that's my minute wrap-up bell.
I've been worried that when I timed it, it was like 6 minutes.
No,
30.
I was like...
And so when you got dinged, I thought, oh, yes.
I've been practicing. I like got to 4 minutes at home and then I was like, yep.
Thank you so much. $1,000 to John Corby at Plate News. Mind you, yep.
Tessa English, $100 if 4 other people match it.
4 people to match $100. You're in? Yep. Marcus Ross, thank you, Marcus Ross.
Gabrielle Chisholm.
Gabrielle Chisholm.
Ben Wilson of Deloitte.
Ben Wilson of Deloitte, $100. And?
Matt Edwards.
Matt
Edwards.
Matt Edwards. There's the 4. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Ben.
$200 from Abby Knight.
$200 from Abby Knight. Thank you, Abby. That's her year's pocket money, people. Come on.
As the room gets into it, work colleagues egg each other on, while their bosses match the donations.
$2,700. That's the match funding from the Silver Chef people. Thank you so much. If 2 others match, yes?
Sophie Mitchell from Morgan's and Silver Chef would love to match that $200.
Fantastic. Lovely Silver Chef matching, yes?
And Michael Richardson from Clayton News would like to match.
Also like to match that as well. Fantastic.
I'll do $1,500 if Morgan's will match it.
$1,500 if Morgan's will match it. Yes, further giving for Happy Paws. Yes, in the stripes.
My dog will donate $100 if 3 other...
Happy Paws, Happy Hearts is having a big impact on the pledging, and Zoe's dog trainer Justin gets in on the act.
I'm the head trainer for Happy Paws, Happy Hearts, and I will give Abigail and her dog 3 private dog training sessions if someone donates $1,000 to Happy Paws, Happy Hearts.
Now, right behind you, you're right there.
Katie Craig, Clayton News Foundation, $1,000 for Abby.
And next to Stephen.
My cat. And her name is Taxi.
Taxi the cat.
And she's giving 150.
Taxi the cat is giving 150. Now, when cats give to dogs, people, come on, that's a special time.
$300 to Pathways to Resilience on behalf of the Clayton News Foundation.
This part of the night is always so exciting as we near the end of the pledging. It's not just about the amount of money being raised, it's about the thrill of surprising the presenters and exceeding their expectations. Zoe's husband and co-founder Graham decides to make the most of this opportunity.
$5,000 if someone matches it.
I can do $1,000 again on behalf of Tim Cromman for $1,000.
Okay.
Barry Dumpty, I'll do 1,000.
Barry Dumpty, do 1,000. 3. And one more in here.
I'll do 1,000 in my dead cat's name. It was Silver Chef.
I think we matched the 5,000. Thank you so much for that. Nice work, Brisbane. Very, very good. Now the fun part is they come in and find out what they got, and it's very, very nice. It's lovely. All right, here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Our lucky presenters. We can all see you. Melissa and Tanika, this is what happened for you while you were out. $35,800. anyone here from Pathways to Resilience? That'll be you two. Okay. Here's what happened for you while you're out and low. $35,400. And I think you two might be from Happy Paws, Happy Hearts. Let's see what happened for you. $50,200. That's a lot of dogs.
With $121,000 raised tonight, the Brisbane business community really has responded to the call.
Knowing that you've got people backing you actually spurs you on. So we'll be able to leave from here tonight just knowing that there are people in the community that believe in what we're doing as much as we believe in what we're doing.
I really hope there was that experience of collective community awareness of what I was talking about tonight. I just think it's so important that everyone knows about what's going on when people return home.
To have such generosity in one room, and I also felt so happy for the other two organisations. We almost feel like we sort of did all of this together. It was just amazing.
I am completely addicted to the atmosphere and the camaraderie with everyone getting together for a joint good purpose.
I think the biggest thing is we like being involved in the idea of collective impact. Having a room full of people and actually just to be part of something which I hope you saw tonight became something greater.
Well, kids are the next generation, so it would be good if they learned. Then maybe when they're older they can do more stuff and make the world an even better place.
Next time on Compass.
We had nothing to bring back, so every item what people could have saved, it's very, very precious.
That was my jacket that I walked in, I slept in, and I didn't wash, was overrun with lice.
What we're really doing is taking something very ordinary, very humble, and giving it the respect that we believe it deserves.
Whatever Hitler had in mind, he didn't succeed.
Precious objects. Next time on Compass.